Let's hit some anytime goal scorers as well as safe shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make some freaking money. It's time for Pocket with Jo. Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It's time for Pocket with Jo over here on SportsGrid TV, on X, as well as on YouTube. I hope everyone's having a fantastic start to the day. The Florida Panthers definitely are, as they were able to close it out last night versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, it didn't come easy. Carolina going up by 2 goals in that first period. Sebastian Aho opening up the scoring with both of those. But that second period, real turning point when we did see Carolina take that penalty. Florida be able to score. Matthew Tkachuk with the goal. And then after that power play, 30 seconds after that power play goal, we did see another goal out of the Florida Panthers, tying things up. We saw a pivotal goal out of Verhaeghe in the third period that was really set up by Barkov with an excellent performance, fighting for that puck, getting that assist out there. So a couple of shifts in momentum is all the Florida Panthers needed to be able to capitalize and get that win last night. So they will be moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they are the odds-on favorite as we wake up this morning. It's minus 110 for the Florida Panthers to hoist the cup, and if you like Edmonton, they're sitting right around that plus 115 mark. For Edmonton to close things out tonight, though, it's going to be hard. We know the Edmonton Oilers are without Zach Hyman and probably Connor Brown. Zach Hyman out of this lineup, we have seen some shifts in those lines for, of course, the Edmonton Oilers, as Zach Hyman was on that top line with Connor McDavid. We're also going to see a lack of physicality that will be a huge difference out there. We know the Edmonton Oilers are so physical, but Zach Hyman has added up for a lot of that physicality out there. So with that shift on that top line, we will see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and then Connor McDavid and then Corey Perry added to that top line. This could be interesting to see how they come out. Now, we know we've seen this line combo before, so I'm not worried about their play together. It will just be a harder feat than they would have liked to have seen. Edmonton leads this series 3-1, so they're looking to close it out. So the question is, can we get enough out of the Dallas Stars to extend this series? Extend the series, fine, but I don't think they are able to make it onto the Stanley Cup Finals. I do think Edmonton is the right side. You guys know I had Edmonton taking this in 6. So we've got 4 games under our belt. We need a win out of the Dallas Stars, but can we get it? I do think we can get it here on home ice. With the injury to Hyman, the inability of Connor Brown to hit the ice, I believe it's concussion reasons. He's still a question mark. He still could be a game time decision. Not sure on his status, but I do think he won't be on the ice tonight. I think it's just going to be too much for the Edmonton Oilers in Dallas. I do think they close it out in the next game. So don't get me wrong. I still think Edmonton is taking the series and they take it in 6. I don't think Dallas can extend this to 7, get back to home ice. I do think, though, they could pick up the win tonight. So seeing all your comments coming in, you guys, a good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it was fantastic to see Edmonton get those goals within 30 seconds of each other, tie that up, and really change the momentum of that game. So Kev, good morning to you as well. And yeah, if you guys could hit that like, share, and subscribe, I would definitely appreciate it for sure. Good morning to you, Joe. And yeah, Edmonton, you think Edmonton wins tonight? Now, Edmonton absolutely could win this one tonight. We know this team has the depth. You guys know I have them to take the series. So I'm a little cautious with this one with Dallas, especially because we have to lay the juice on Dallas to get the win at minus 134. But you look at this team and you look at them at home. They've gone 7-2 in the playoffs at home this season. In game number 4, they were able to come out, win 61.2% of those faceoffs. And on that power play, they only converted once. If they can get that power play back clicking, it would be great to see, because we know this power play can be deadly. Edmonton's being able to come out with a strong kill. The best thing for Dallas to do is come out and then make Edmonton play on their heels. I do think it's pivotal for the Dallas Stars to come out and score nice and quick. We know Edmonton loves to play that style of game as well, where they come out hot and fast, in that first period, get that goal and lock down. I do think what we will see in this one is we will see both teams scoring in the first period. I'm looking for one team to open it up and the other team to answer back. The 5-on-5 scoring wasn't there in that last game. Edmonton scored 2 of their goals on the power play, and then they also had an empty netter. We saw the Dallas Stars score their goal on the power play. So it was a 4-1 win for the Edmonton Oilers. So just a lack of 5-on-5 play. Defense is stepping up. I think it has to be different for Dallas. Dallas needs to come out. They need to control this. I wouldn't be shocked if we had 3 goals in that first period. Either way, we get both teams to score at plus 162, especially after the quiet starts we've seen in some of these games. The over 1.5 goals, if you want to roll with that instead of doing both teams to score, it's minus 130. Too much juice for my liking, but you can go there. Looking at the odds for this game, if you just want to take Dallas for the straight up win, and we're seeing a lot of movement in the lines for the Stanley Cup. While I'm on that tab over on FanDuel, let me quickly go over that with you. The Florida Panthers are now a minus 120. It's jumped up 10 points as the day's gone on. The Edmonton Oilers plus 115 on the money line for the Cup, and the Dallas Stars at plus 1,400. So looking at Dallas today to extend the series, get a win here in game number 5, push it back to Edmonton for game number 6, which I do think has a high likelihood of happening. They're minus 134 on that money line. Of course, it's way too much juice for us to look at here. You could have a good situation where you can take Dallas if Edmonton goes up first. You know this team isn't going to go away without a fight, but if you think Edmonton's closing it out in 5, then don't touch this game. I just wouldn't touch this game. They're coming in at plus 112, or you do Edmonton puck line like we did with Florida yesterday, and you just lay that 1.5 for the full game. Look for them to close it out because of an empty netter. I don't see this one being an overtime game. Now that total of 5.5, for selfish reasons, I want it to go over the 5.5. I need that high scoring game. This series, we had the over 35.5 goals. In the last series, we had the under 34.5 goals, which did cash last night with 28 total goals. So you can look at a combination of those, you guys. I'm just going to look for this first period to be high scoring. I do think Dallas wins. So both teams to score in the first period, plus 162. Then I'm going to look at some playmakers. You guys know we went to Mikko Rantanen for the last game, and he just had nothing out there. Jason Robinson was able to get that goal on the power play for them in that last game. I do think Tyler Seguin has been too quiet in this series. I'm looking for him to net one tonight. Tyler Seguin to light the lamp is coming in at plus 300. 4 shots on goal in the last game. And now you guys know when I'm looking at a player, I'm also looking at his line mates. So Marchman and Tyler Seguin are both on the second line as well as the second power play. And we're getting the value here. I talk a lot about value because I don't like laying juice and I don't like getting shorter odds for that first line. So when you come down to the second line, and the depth of Dallas is elite. Like you could look at all 4 of these lines. All 4 of these lines have abilities to pick up points as well as goals. So looking at Tyler Seguin for the goal at plus 300, but his line mate Marchman coming out for the point at plus 106. You know Edmonton's going to be all over Marchman because Marchman had that hit on Zach Hyman that sent him out of the playoffs. Like he is done. So you're going to see the penalties taken by Edmonton tonight as they look to hit Marchman. I think Marchman gets a little bit of revenge off of the hits he takes from the Oilers tonight. So Marchman for the point at plus 106. He had 5 shots on goal in the last game. And we look at him, he did get an assist in game number 1. And he scored in 1 of the 8 power play opportunities. So we look at him. He has come out strong against second line, second power play for both of these guys. Dallas at home in the playoffs in this postseason, it's hard to fade their numbers as well. 7-2 at home. And I just look. The loss of Hyman, and yes, the depth of the Oilers is there. But if this is Dallas's chance to extend the series, it is without Hyman and without Connor Brown in that lineup. Now, Leon Draisaitl played a lot of minutes in that last game after Hyman went out. He was on that second line, thrown out on, I believe, the fourth line as well. He played like a total of 8 minutes on a different line than his own, and then played his own time on his own line. So you look at Leon Draisaitl, he could have tired legs here in this game. If Dallas gets off to a hot start, a fast start, Edmonton, while they'd like to close things out, you could get that tiredness out of Leon Draisaitl. So in that first game, Leon Draisaitl had a power play goal in the first period. Corey Perry had a power play goal in the second, answering back after taking the penalty, and then Jason Robinson getting the goal. And then you saw 2 empty netters. So we didn't see in that last game 5-on-5 goals at all. I do think the 5-on-5 goals are coming today. When we look at the physicality, and I do think this is where really Dallas is going to then have the upper hand, because Edmonton 46 hits in the last game versus 23 for the Dallas Stars. Dallas with last change here with less physicality, because Hyman always brought those hits every single game, I do think can get their way here tonight. So that is where I'm going. Yeah, I've got Edmonton to take the Stanley Cup as well, Joe. I think this is such a strong team. Now, Hyman being out of the lineup is going to be huge for them. He will not be back. It is either a wrist or an arm. He requires surgery on that. I look at the Florida Panthers and their depth and how strong they are playing, but Edmonton is playing at a different level as well this season. I love the addition of Brad Marchand and Seth Jones for the Florida Panthers. I think the addition of those guys has been unbelievably strong for the Florida Panthers, and the way that they play hockey out there, the way they wear down their opponents, the way that they just battle it out is incredible. And Bobrovsky, the stronger goaltender, but something tells me this is Edmonton's year. So I do think we get the rematch. I do think the rematch goes all the way to 7, with Edmonton probably winning in overtime in game 7. Like, I think if Edmonton gets a win, it absolutely is going to be a sweat all the way. So that is where I'm going. You're taking the Oilers on the money line and the over. Yeah, I don't blame you. The Oilers are such a strong team. We will see what they've got in the plans today with Hyman out of the lineup. Again, you guys, I was rolling with Edmonton in 6 in this series. So a little bit of a hedge here for me to look at Dallas to come out and get the win tonight for this one to go back to Edmonton. But I do think it starts off hot and fast. Best bet in this game, I do think, is both teams to score in the first period at plus 162. If you just want to take the over 1.5, it's minus 130. You're going to take Robinson's shots on goal ladder, and I think that is a fantastic way to go, Hall. Let's look at Jason Robinson for his shots on goal ladder. Jason Robinson, the Dallas Stars need Mikko Rantanen and Jason Robinson to step up. I am so upset with Mikko Rantanen for not even getting us a point when we looked at him for a couple points in the last game. It's hard for me to bet him, but I do think Mikko Rantanen and Jason Robinson need to come out and get those points tonight. When we look at Jason Robinson for his shots on goal, and Mikko Rantanen 3+ shots on goals plus 112. Jason Robinson is 3+ at plus 158. It has to happen tonight for the Dallas Stars. We know Edmonton can lock down on that defensive side. When we look at the last game, the Edmonton Oilers had 13 block shots, and they had 33 shots on goal, and the Dallas Stars had 29 shots on goal and 12 block shots. So those shots did come out of both of these teams. I would look at the shots on goal market tonight as well. So looking at the 4+, if you want to ladder it up, I do believe in those ladders when you're looking at those guys. Mikko Rantanen for 4+ shots at plus 280, and Jason Robinson at 4+ at plus 390. I think it's a fantastic way to target this game. Now, Corey Perry moved up to that top line, you guys. You're getting Corey Perry for the Edmonton Oilers, 3+ shots on goal, plus 285. Are the books forgetting he's going to be on the top line with Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins now? Because both of those guys, you look at Connor McDavid for 3+ shots on goal, he's minus 215. You look at Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the 3+ at plus 132. And then Corey Perry, same line, you guys. Corey Perry netted a goal in the last game, plus 285. I would rather take Corey Perry on the right wing of that top line for 3+ shots on goal than Connor McDavid at minus 215, plus 285 for Corey Perry. So definitely look at those guys, look at those lines, and really own that market of those shots on goal. I think Corey Perry can get there. If you think Corey Perry can go all the way to 4 shots on goal, well then, guess what? FanDuel won't give it to you. FanDuel says, no, we're not giving it to you. Take the 3+ at plus 285. Stuff like that frustrates the heck out of me, guys. I do think Evander Kane needs to come out clutch as well today. Those block shots, these teams aren't getting enough block shots for me to look at that block shot market. Darnell Nurse, you'd have to take him for 3+ block shots. It's plus 170. They only had 13 block shots in the last game. So why would I take a guy for 3 when it was only 13 last game? So not worth it. Jake Wallman, the same at plus 120. Lindell for the Dallas Stars at plus 120. Again, Dallas only had 12. So don't look at the block, look at those shots. And then let's quickly look at those goalie props. Let's see if they're up. Goalie props are coming in tonight. Skinner over, where'd it go? Over 24.5 save shots on goal at minus 102. I think it's a great bet. Even though I think the Dallas Stars win this one. Dallas, Jake Ottinger over 26.5 save shots on goal at minus 110. That's getting a little high, but I think both goaltenders go over their totals tonight in a higher scoring game in which we see both teams just coming alive. I just can't back Edmonton without Hyman and Connor Brown in this lineup, especially when I have Edmonton in 6. Can they get it done? Absolutely. Do I want it? No, I want game 6. I want them to wear down a little bit, even though I have them to hoist the cup. Florida is going to be an absolute battle. But you guys are the best in all of your bets today, Pedro. Great to see you here today. So just a recap, you guys. I do think Dallas gets a win. At minus 134, do we really want to bet it? No, but if you want to throw it into a parlay or live bet it, I will be live betting on it if Edmonton goes out first because I am taking both teams to score in the first period at plus 162. I'll take Marchment on the second line and second power play for the point at plus 106. And then Tyler Sequin for a goal at plus 300, top or second line and a second power play with Marchment there. I then look at Corey Perry. I love his shots on goal today, 3+ at plus 285. How can we say no? But I would look at Jason Robinson as well. I love Jason Robinson, the look that you have on him, and Mikko Rantanen for those shots. I do think this is going to be a solid game out of the Dallas Stars with their backs up against the wall, looking to extend this series. Remember, they were able to, in game 1, get that 6-3 comeback win at home. They lost the 2 games in Edmonton. They lost the second game at home and got shut out. This is a game they need to bring their absolute A game, being elite in the postseason at home. I think they get one more win here, and we see Edmonton win it in 6 at home. So you guys, all the best in all of your bets. Thank you so much for joining me here on Puck It with Jo over. If I can I say the word over today? Over on SportsGrid TV on X. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here every single day. Jo, thank you so much for your kind words. If we can make some money today, that would be great. Let's make some freaking money out there on the ice. If you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it as my mouse is not working here. But yeah, let's make some freaking money. Let me know what you're liking below. If you have a great shot on goal parlay, if you're liking any block shots, which you guys know that's a market I love. I can't take it in this one. But also we're riding that over 35.5. So let's get a lot of goals today. I think I have to double check what we're at for those goals. But we're getting pretty close to going over it again. We got the under in the last one. So I think we have 35.5 to the over going into this one. We need 16 more goals, 9 goals in game 1, 3 goals in game 2, 7 games in game 3. And how many goals did we get in game 4? Game 4, we got 5. So we need 11.5. Man, I need this to go to 6. You guys, let's make some freaking money out there on the ice. I will see you back here tomorrow noon. Actually, we won't. With the Florida Panthers closing this out, you guys, we don't have hockey tomorrow night. Isn't that the most depressing thing ever? There will be no Puck It with Jo tomorrow. There will be a Puck It with Jo on Saturday as long. Fingers crossed. As Edmonton does not close this out tonight, let's keep our fingers crossed for multiple reasons, because what am I going to do not talking hockey with you guys? Well, I guess we're going to start talking a little bit of baseball, a little bit of CFL, so stay tuned for updates on that. We'll probably go live right around the same time here. We'll do CFL, we'll do baseball. Best bets of the day. You guys don't want to miss it. So hit that like, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. You guys, will see you back here tomorrow. This has to blow past 6 goals for sure. You hit with the Panthers money line parlayed with Barkov, Bennett, and Kachuk for the point freaking hell, Larry. That must have been a great payout. Congratulations to you. I hope you enjoy those winnings. Don't give it all back to the books today. Let's be smart with our winnings. You guys always take a little bit out. Buy yourself something. I buy myself new shoes. So you guys all the best in all your bets. We'll see you tomorrow. Hit some anytime goal scorers as well as safe shots on goal for some of these goalies.